How many of you guys comment on my videos, or at least read the comments of my videos? Hypers in chat if you do. I'm curious. It's relevant to this topic. It really is, trust me. If you don't comment on my videos, by the way, you're a traitor, and I don't forgive you. Anyway, if you have, though, chances are you've noticed a problem, not just in my comment section, but frankly every YouTuber's comment section as of late. It's the porn bots. How many of you guys have seen the second a YouTube video comes out, immediately the comment sections are flooded with the porn bots? Well, it's been porn bots, yes. They are bot accounts on YouTube. They usually have a, attractive woman as the profile picture, and it'll be something, just some random name and numbers, and it'll be like advertising an OnlyFans or advertising a porn site. They're always like, they're always typing out something that's like pornographic, and it's always like trying to get horny comment lurkers to click on links that'll probably like steal their login or something like that. You really shouldn't click any of those links. Now, this has been a problem for a while. Yeah, the crypto scam bots, yeah, there's been a lot of porn bots, scam bots, etc., and they've been a problem for a while. And while they've been a problem, and I've tried my best to keep up with it, it's mostly been a harmless problem. You know, like, at the end of the day, these porn bots might be annoying, and my own fans might complain about them, and they comment faster than I could possibly delete their comments and ban them from the, commenting on the channel anymore. They're like a Hydra, you know, every head you cut off is replaced by 3 more. What I've noticed is a progression in these porn bots. Yeah, Gektree, thanks for the spoiler, but as of recently, they have escalated from being just normal porn bots to being child porn bots. And if you're wondering what I mean by that, I mean exactly what it sounds like it means. And yes, YouTube has done abso-fucking-lutely nothing about it. And if you're wondering, what are the, viewers of content that comment on people's videos and look through their comment sections, what do they think about these CP bots that are flooding into people's YouTube comment sections? On top of all the, the porn bots and crypto scam bots from before. Well, they're blaming the YouTubers. There is an entire drama and discourse happening online right now where Twitter is blaming any content creator who is caught with these bot replies on any of their videos and claiming that these YouTubers are just too money hungry and lazy to ban and delete these porn bot accounts. Unfortunately, I mean, you guys have probably heard me respond to people in chat who are really out of touch, have no idea what streaming is like, and they, indicate that with how they talk about anything I do or streaming in general or content creation overall. Those types of people who fundamentally don't understand content creation are the types of people going after streamers and content creators for this YouTube problem, because they don't understand it's not the creators' faults, it's YouTube's fault. YouTube should be preventing this shit. Now, who better to break this down than Some Ordinary Gamers, aka Mutahar, who actually did a video a couple days ago talking about this. It's one of the most viral in question, though I know Charlie, Moist Critical, I believe, also made a video on this. And I'm definitely throwing my hat into the ring because I desperately want, even if it's a little bit more, I want there to be pressure on YouTube to fix this. Not just the porn bots, not just the fucking scam crypto bots. Now it is full-on automated mass distribution of child pornography on their site that is in the comment sections of creators' videos against their will or control. You cannot keep up with it to keep them away. I'm pissed about this. Muta's pissed about this, Critical's pissed about this, every YouTuber who is both A, having to put up with these comments in their replies, and B, receiving the blowback of them being in their replies, because people are so stupid they blame the content creators, not YouTube. Yeah, it's all bullshit, and YouTube needs to do something about it. I want there to be arrests at YouTube for this. I feel like this should be a crime, right? YouTube should... its CEO should be criminally liable for this shit being hosted on the site or posted.
Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and 2 years ago I made a video where it was YouTube needs to fix commenting bots, ladies and gentlemen. Now, YouTube bot...
It's been years that the porn bots and the crypto scam bots have been a problem. YouTube has done nothing. Now, they're posting child porn links. And they're advertised as child porn, too. Like, overtly. Like, they don't even hide it or euphemize it. Like, you're scrolling through your comments on your new video, and it's like one of them is like, we have the best child porn here, and then it's a link. You ban the account, and 5 more come and comment in its place. Like, they have an alert that goes off whenever you ban one of their comments. It's like, genuinely insane. That's what happens when you don't moderate the bots on your website? Exactly.
And spam is not anything new, okay? Since the time of Haunted Gaming and the beginning of the Deep Web Browsing series, or really the beginning of YouTube, there has been spam everywhere on the platform, okay? Some of my favorite spam used to be chain letters, okay? Like, you know, when people would just say, hey, listen, you know, if you don't repost this to 20 other comment sections, a spooky ghost will break into your house and haunt you until you're dead. Those were really...
Dude, I got one of those when I was like 10, and it scared the shit out of me for like a day. Until I kind of just figured out, yeah, it's probably bullshit, and forgot about it by the next morning. But I woke up one morning and I checked my like school email, and I had one of those like random emails, and I read it, and it was like, it was a copy pasta about a little girl who had like burned to death, and like, if you don't send this to 7 more people, then in 7 days, then she's gonna come and kill you by like ripping your eyes out or something. And it's like, oh, okay. I remember that freaked me out when I was like 10, and I did not share it around because like I didn't have any friends when I was 10 to like email that thing to, you know, like who the fuck was I gonna send it to? So I was like, wow, I'm gonna die like in 7 days for like about a day when I was 10. Eventually I figured out, oh, yeah, it's probably just bullshit. Like the point is probably that you spread it and then people think it's gonna happen to them and then they spread it. Yeah, okay. And I figured it out, but you know.
Really funny, okay? Today we're talking about a breed of comment sections or comments that are actually distributing illegal CSAM material all throughout the internet, okay? So let's get down to what happened 2 years ago, okay? Now, 2 years ago, I had received comments on my videos. You know, somebody would write in some standard comment, and underneath it would be an actual comment where the username was tapme.
That won't work, Hikari. Well, watch. You're about to find out why not allowing links won't work to fix the problem.
To bang me, okay? So people would basically just generate random dog water comments, post them, and then basically, you know, advertise actual illegal services or, you know, straight up nude stuff right on the actual thing. You would click their profile and you would go right down that road. Now, because of what happened 2 years ago, YouTube is in this ever, like, you know, standing war with comment bots and whatnot, where they basically have extra, I guess you could say moderation features, where if you're uploading a video, you can ask YouTube to aggressively moderate your comments, whether it be for live streams or whether it be for, you know, your standard YouTube videos. Now, the thing is, for the last...
It's already on strict by default, by the way. You have to change it to, like, moderate. That's why if you've ever commented something, you might notice your comment is gone. That wasn't me, more likely than not. That was more likely YouTube's auto mod. So my auto mod on my YouTube comments, like what it allows to be displayed or posted, is already so strict, and they still weasel through it.
Last, I would say 2-3 weeks, ever since I made a video on TechLead, for instance, which, you know, the last time I covered TechLead 2 years ago... I remember distinctly one of my business emails being filled with absolute spam, so it's coincidences all the time. Anyways, I'm not linking this to TechLead because this is an issue that I've seen all over YouTube, okay? Everywhere on the platform.
It's TechLead.
Whether it be on my videos, whether it be on Pyrocynical's videos, whether it be on any popular YouTube comment section. So to understand, YouTube has basically, almost in a way, I would say, given up. Now, I've always said one of the most important parts about YouTube for me was the comment section, okay?
It's really scary how, like, dead internet theory seems like it's the irrelevant future of the internet. For those who don't know, dead internet theory came about 10 years ago. And at the time, it was ridiculous, like, actually laughable. Today, though, you hear this and you're like, fuck. No, we're actually, like, that's what we're heading to. The theory... Now, 10 years ago, there were AI bot accounts. Like, there was such thing as bots. Like, you could have an account that has some sort of program behind it, controlling it, making it post pre-generated things, and like that was always a thing. However, lately, with advances in AI, it's gotten more advanced and more sophisticated than ever. Like there's entire facilities that are just polluting the shit out of the environment, consuming electricity to keep like AI programs running. And so there's more computing power put into this task than ever before, and it is being used, at least by some malicious actors, to mass produce bot accounts. And they've always been a thing, and back in the day, when they were a much rarer thing to encounter like an obvious bot account, the dead internet theory came about. The idea that the majority of posts online are actually from non-human bot accounts. That like you go to an internet forum and maybe like 40 to 50% of the interactions and posts you see there, like posts and replies, are actually just bot accounts. And I used to think, okay, that's ridiculous. Like, obviously, that's not like how the internet is. But it's getting to the point now where it feels like the inevitable future. It feels like that's where we're at right now with Twitter. YouTube feels like it's heading that way, where more than half of the internet could, within our lifetimes, just be bots talking to each other. Like, think about that. It'll be bots making fake crypto scam YouTube videos, getting replied to exclusively by bots, who are getting replied to themselves by other bots. Like, that's where we're headed. And that is what dead internet theory is. And 10 years ago, I thought it truly ridiculous. Now, though, it feels like it's the inevitable future.
Obviously, like anytime I would upload a video, you give it like 30 minutes, pour a glass of wine, and read through what your community was talking about. The YouTube comment section is the only thing that separates, standard other types of platforms, or really, the difference between like watching somebody on TV or watching somebody on social media. The comment section is a direct connection to the person you're watching, so they can get feedback, understand what kind of content to make, or, generally have a conversation with somebody in there. I enjoy it. And it's fun seeing that comment, section blow up, rise up, because that's the best part of the day, okay? It's not the viewership, it's just reading through it, okay? I love reading comments.
Like, seeing a like count, as much as I like seeing a high like count on a video or even a high view count on a video, and it's definitely good. It tells me that my channel's secure, stable, growing, and I'm, going to be able to afford rent, all that good stuff. The most enjoyable part of a video upload truly is reading the comments, especially if it's like a topic I have a very strong passionate interest in. Reading the comments is always fun, and sometimes I'll like read all the comments there are at a given time and then just kind of like leave the tab for a little bit and then refresh it later and read the new comments as they appear. Like, yeah, it's fun. Like, you'd be surprised. Even larger content creators do their best to read as many comments as possible, not just because, like, it's not like a chore. It's actually enjoyable, These are people replying to your posts, right? It's actually, like, they watched your stuff or probably did. So it's a unique feeling. It's enjoyable. I do read the comments.
It's like going through forum threads back in the day and just reading through shit. I love it. But the thing is, part of those comments, I would say, for every comment you get, usually you'll always find another, spam comment. And it's become such a big problem again on YouTube. And one of the examples here that I'm going to show you where it gets really illegal, and I wish YouTube was taking more of a stern look at it, as compared to the years before that I talked about the situation, is this thing right here. So you start to see accounts like Officer Map Pride, okay? Now, I don't have to explain what a map is. I think we all understand. Actually, forget it. I'll just tell you because time has passed. Maps are what people here call minor attracted persons. I'm just going to use the...
Oh, no, so map is a term that was invented by internet pedophile. Okay, my understanding is that map originally started as like a 4chan anti-gay psyop. The idea was that map was an acronym for minor attracted persons. And the idea was that maps were going to be the next part of the LGBT community. This is kind of like one of the earlier like gay groomer psyops of the day, like before like the trans groomer narrative thing. Like we're talking back in like 2016, 2015 and prior, right? So what ends up happening is 4chaners and like trolls started pretending to be like maps, who are like the pedophiles that want to be part of the LGBT community, right? And the idea is that from the perspective of like your normal centrists and right wingers, there would be this like community of pedophiles that are supposedly now trying to or being accepted as part of the LGBT community. An argument that the right has been trying to make and has like refined to this day, right? And so what ends up happening is like actual internet pedophiles see this term and they adopt it. You know how like at first the drinking milk or like the okay sign thing was just a 4chan troll? It was like, we're going to say this is a white supremacist dog whistle and like do it, and like lefties are going to know and they're going to get triggered, and then people are just going to be like, what do you mean? It's just milk. It's just the dog. It's just the okay sign. Why are you so triggered? Right? They're trying to like troll lefties into having that response that has given the left such a bad reputation. You know what I mean? And that happened with a lot of things that were started by 4chan. Same goes for MAP. Actual internet pedophiles adopted the term and started using it as like a euphemism, right? Because if you hear the word pedophile, you're like, oh, we've got a pretty strong emotional, response to that word, right? Like if I say, hey, look at me. See that guy over there? He's a fucking pedophile. 99% of you are going to look and be like, I don't fucking like that. Be like, yeah, I don't like that shit either. Right? Like you wouldn't be happy about it, right? Most people have that strong negative reaction to it. So they basically adopted the term because it sounds, A, if you don't know what it means, then you might just glaze past it and not even ask what MAP means. And B, it's a less deservedly hate evoking word or term for them to describe themselves as. It's kind of fallen out of fashion as of late. It seems like the pedophile community online has basically fallen into the lolicon sphere now. Like MAP is not really a thing so much as lolicon now. Like the pedophile community has kind of gotten behind the lolicon community, and they've kind of become like a vanguard force of sorts. Like, I dare you to go on Twitter right now and tweet pedophilia is bad. You will have a lot of anime profile pictures doxing you and mass reporting you and momentarily if you do. So yeah, little breakdown of what MAP actually is. It was never meant to be a real thing, but then it became a real thing because pedophiles like appropriated what started out as a troll against like LGBT people, and then it actually became a movement of pedophiles trying to normalize themselves, like full on. And they want to be a part of the LGBT community. LGBT community ain't letting it happen. It's not going to happen, but they want to be.
Standard lingo pedophiles, okay? That's pretty much what it is. So obviously these people, basically tell the comment section, hey, my illegal material videos are more entertaining than this slop. Click the link in my channel to watch them, okay?
You'll notice, by the way, like a lot of these comments as well, you can get the impression that this might be posted by that these bots might be operated by a pretty conservative figure, because something I've noticed is that these accounts primarily comment on the creators of more left adjacent or LGBT content. So like you get like an account called Officer Map Pride advertising child porn that's, I guess, linked on his account and calling like lefty content slop. So yeah. They said the N-word multiple times.
So then you go to their actual account, and the problem here is they actually...
Yeah, it could be a Russian bot account, yeah. But that's pretty much like hand in hand with like the Trump crowd at this point.
Have Discord links right here. So obviously I'm blurring the Discord link because first off,
yeah, so it looks like they're doing it through Discord. Hey guys, do you remember how many times I've gone on like rants about how the Discord, like the company Discord, has since like their founding enabled pedophilia and grooming on their platform? Some of the highest ranking moderators at Discord, the company, were caught in a furry Discord server, a furry like sex roleplay Discord server, which isn't on its own a problem. Like if you're a consenting adult with other consenting adults, do what you want. Like furry roleplay is a bit cringe, but not really a bad thing. It's not like, oh, this is a problem for you. But the problem is that the Discord servers in question had minors in them, and they were doing cub roleplay. And if you don't know what that is, it's when pedophiles who also happen to be furries groom a minor into engaging in sex acts with them, usually involving the furry sex fetish stuff. And the term for the child victim in this situation is cub. So while you swallow your puke, we'll go ahead and resume this.
They're openly advertising that their Discord contains illegal material, then, it's not ever worth clicking on their Discord to verify the illegal material. They've already said that they're distributing illegal stuff, and unfortunately, YouTube has to step in and stop these as quick as they can. Now, obviously, channels get erased, things get banned all the time, but this problem has exacerbated from people, selling or people just distributing malware or sex ads or whatever, to straight up distributing illegal material. And unfortunately, in the last 2-3 weeks, it has gotten to be a worse situation. And obviously, it's not just the creators that recognize this, it's obviously the comment sections. I've seen numerous comments of people asking me exactly why we haven't done anything about the comments below. So one of the actual Reddit posts that I saw where one person wrote, "Creators are too busy counting their money to give a shit what happens in their comments."
So yeah, something I've noticed is that every once in a while, and I'm not calling out 99.9% of you watching right now, this does not apply to, but every once in a while, I'm streaming, and somebody comes in. It's almost always YouTube chat, pretty much exclusively YouTube chat. Usually I can tell they're probably a new subscriber who might be a bit older and thus isn't a super internet-tuned person, and they've stumbled across my channel, and they've stumbled into my stream somehow. And they'll indicate, with a lot of the things they say, frustratingly for me, that they do not understand even a fundamental idea of what it is to be a streamer. Occasionally I'll see a new viewer come in before I start the stream, and there'll be somebody saying here's an example that happened today. I had Mr. Beast for President, ? In the title of this stream. This is obviously referring to the current thing that's happening with the viral tweets from Mr. Beast saying that he might run for president when he's old enough, and if there wasn't an age limit, he would run for president. That's obviously what I'm going to be discussing. But you get a bunch of people in the chat, hours before I start stream, asking me, with comments directed at me, what's going on with Mr. Beast? What's going on with insert person? I get tons of people before my stream even starts in the pre-stream chat directing questions at me, asking about a thing I'm going to cover. As if I'm going to type out a diatribe before stream starts for specific people. Okay, since I know you don't want to watch the stream, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and type out a paragraph of paragraphs of what my stream was going to be to specifically you so you don't have to watch. Why would I do that? And so I see those comments, and I know that for them it's just as simple as asking a question what's the deal with this thing that you're going to be talking about today? But for me it's why don't you just wait 30 minutes till the stream starts? Obviously I'm not going to tell you. Part of the mystery, you wanting to ask that question, is part of why you're here watching. That's part of why I made the title like that, right? And so most of you guys, you see a title that's a little vague, you immediately assume, oh yeah, that's the lead, right? I'm supposed to want to know more, and so I click on the stream, and then I watch the stream, and Zan's going to tell me more. But some people, they're new to this, right? They don't get that. And so not understanding how content creation works, they say some things that are ignorant of how content creation works. And as a content creator, it can be very frustrating, especially when said ignorant comments are even a little antagonistic. So this is a good example of that. The idea that creators are too busy counting their money to give a shit what happens in their comments, with the problem, this is implying that YouTubers do not give a shit about child porn bot accounts posting in their comments because they're too busy counting their money. For one, YouTubers are not making huge bank, okay? Not since the adpocalypse. YouTubers are not, I'm pretty sure this person probably thinks that YouTubers who make who have 100,000 subs are millionaires, I see a lot of that. it's very frustrating to see this kind of ignorance. And in a situation this serious where YouTube, the company, is failing us, the creators, to have ignorant content viewers starting up a weird, like, fuck content creators for not magically solving this problem that's impossible for them to solve movement, it pisses me off. Because YouTube is the only one that can solve this problem. Meanwhile, there are people on Reddit trying to, like, drum up conspiracies that YouTubers are fine with child porn being posted in their comment section. And that pisses me the fuck off. Because I guarantee you most YouTubers, including me, are not okay with it, and there's nothing we can fucking do. It's just not our faults. Unless you want me to be nonstop scanning through my entire, like, catalog, like, live updating my comments list of every comment on my entire channel on that one feed and checking nonstop and moderating it. It's just not possible. You know, like, I go to bed and wake up and I have to scroll for like 20 minutes to find the comments I read before I went to sleep, you know? It's not easy, you know? I'd have a lot of work cut out for me every morning just moderating the comment section. It's not feasibly possible. The multi-trillion-dollar corporation that is Google needs to fucking fix this. They're a trillion-dollar corporation, right? Yeah, they've got to be.
Like, dog, I don't know what you want people to do. Do you want us to upload a video and then, like, start looking through every single comment section and moderating it? I use about as much of the YouTube auto-moderation tool.
You wouldn't be able to sleep. To be, like, Muda, oh my god. If Muda, like, got up and used the bathroom, made a snack, and, like, pet his cat, I don't know if he has a cat, but, like, you know, just for an example, and then came back to the computer, there'd be an hour's worth of comment moderation to do. Because of how behind he'd be in that time of just getting up, using the bathroom, making a snack, petting his dog or cat, you know, like, and coming back to the computer, like 10 minutes away from the keyboard. And I imagine this dude gets 1,000 comments, maybe more.
Tools as I can.
Because you got to remember, it's across his entire channel, you know? I've got maybe 4,000 uploads on my channel. So that's 4,000 comment sections that all need to be moderated. You can get it as one big feed, but even then, that's still 4,000 comment sections worth of comments being live updated. And in the case of a big YouTuber like Muda, that could really realistically be thousands of comments per hour across his entire channel.
I have no time out of my day, and no other creator that I know has time in their day to auto-mod their comment section. This is something that YouTube...
Manual mod is what he meant. Every content creator, for the most part, is auto-modding their content section with the built-in YouTube tools, because why wouldn't you? It's as easy as flicking a switch. But the manual moderating, and I mean, every YouTuber is manually moderating their comment section. Like, obviously, it's not like you delete any comments that are mean and stuff, but, like, if I see a dumb fuck comment, I usually leave it up, because they tend to get, like, just reply bombed. Like, there'll just be a bunch of replies calling them retarded, and I like to see that. But if it's like a really nasty comment, like something that's just downright like, ooh, that's not even a valid opinion. That's just they thought of the worst thing they could say and then just posted it. That'll probably get you banned from my comment section, you know? Like, I covered here's a good example. Like, when I covered the Brianna J thing, there were people that just commented the worst things they could think of about Brianna J. That's going to get your comment deleted and your account banned off of my channel. You know, it's not because you left a mean comment. It's because you thought of the most horrific thing you could think of to say and then specifically said that because of how horrible it is to say, and your intent was to cause, like, discord. So, yeah. But I'm not very ban happy, and I doubt Muda is either. But if there's, like, porn bots, they're getting banned.
Should be handling. And there have been times where, especially for family channels back in the day, YouTube has jumped in and shut down comments completely when they found out nefarious things were happening, like people exchanging, you know, illegal information, people exchanging illegal files, or people exchanging information to then go off platform and share illegal information.
By the way, this is just the most recent child sexual assault material, like, distribution ring to happen on YouTube. Right now, it's the porn bot comments, but before that, do you want to know what it was? Family Guy Funny Moments channels. There's a few documentary videos about it. I watched a couple of them. Apparently, a shitload of those Family Guy Funny Moments channels, if you watch all the way to the end of one of their videos, like all the way to the end, there'll be like a 30-second stint, and it's just a phone video nothing like pornographic or inappropriate happens in the video, but there nothing good can come from this kind of thing. It's very obvious what this was for. You'd get like 10 minutes of Family Guy clips, and then at the very end, there'd be like a 30-second clip of a phone video of just usually a young girl talking about something. I don't know what, just the kind of shit that a young girl would talk about, like 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, usually very young. And it would just be 30 seconds of just a video of a kid talking or like, I don't know, playing with a toy or something for like the last 30 seconds of these Family Guy Funny Moments video clip channels. And these are multi-million view videos, by the way, super viral videos. And no one ever noticed this. Like, you've probably heard like Family Guy Funny Clips. It's very popular. It's like a meme, right? No one watches to the end of those videos, though, and people started to and realized a ton of them had these weird, just here's a clip of a little girl at the end for no reason, no context, no anything. And then people started checking the comment sections of those videos and finding comments from, weirdly enough, clearly old men. Like, some of them are even like wrinkly old men in the profile picture talking about the girls at the end of the Family Guy Funny Clips videos in the comments. Like, there's a whole community of people, usually like these profile pictures with older men, commenting on the Family Guy Funny Moments videos, not even referring to the Family Guy Funny Moments, just commenting on the appearance of the underage girls shown at the end of these Family Guy Funny Clips videos. And this was like exposed by numerous YouTubers. I don't know if this ever got dealt with or if it just fizzled out on its own or if it's still a thing. It probably still is. But that was just literally a thing that happened on YouTube. Like a year ago, this is when it was being talked about. And I'm pretty sure there's been other serious examples like that in the past as well. But this is not the first time Alphabet, aka Google, aka YouTube, has been complicit in not just pedophilia and the predation of minors, but also the distribution of illegal CSAM material, or CSAM, on their platform. So yeah, like, I do believe that, like, there needs to be jail time for many higher-ups at Google and YouTube. And there's needed to have been jail time for, like, over a decade at this point. I'm going to be real. Like, it's not that it exists on the platform and, like, they're trying their best to fight it. It's that it's clear they're not trying their best to fight it. The fact that they're not putting more resources into solving child sexual assault material being shared on their platform, that, like, it's not like a code red emergency problem to them, should be prison time, in my opinion. When you're this powerful and you own such a huge site, I mean, how is Elon not in prison for unbanning the guy who posted a full-on, like, child rape video on Twitter to own the libs? Like, what fucking year are we in? What world are we in? What universe? What fucking plane of existence are we in? What dimension am I in? Am I in the 5th dimension now, where nothing makes fucking sense? Like, this is insane to me. Am I speaking gibberish, or does this not sound like that? Seems pretty reasonable. They should be focusing more resources on solving this problem. This is fucking serious, and it's really upsetting to me that there's not legal consequences, or pressure at least, on Google to solve this problem. That the pressure is coming from random assholes like me and Muda who make videos online. Just some random fucking guys. Apparently it's our job to deal with this problem, to bring attention to it, and to force pressure on YouTube so that their monetary bottom line is threatened and they're forced to do something about it. Apparently it's our job, the content creators, not the big corporate website, not the government, not the law enforcement. It's our job. It's our job, obviously, as it always is whenever anything illegal happens on the platform. Oh, but if a guy does a video where he's, like, doing donuts in a Lamborghini while girls in a helicopter fire fireworks at the car, you better believe within days there'll be a knock at their door and they'll be getting arrested. Or if you upload a video online of you shooting, like, I don't know, like a gun that's illegal in your state, you'll go to jail, you know, all that stuff. They're on top of you for that. But there is a literal CSAM ring on YouTube, and there are big YouTubers talking about it. No one's talking about it. I'm sorry, I'm getting loud and angry, but this actually just pisses me off.
Information and files. So,
well, the part that really upsets me is that it's, like, clear that YouTube expects the creators to be the policers of the platform for this specific stuff, you know? Like, they've got their overbearing TOS that, like, rips your dick in half if you so much as say fuck in the first 30 seconds of your video. Yet meanwhile, there are neo-Nazis that are making I can't. I gotta stop. YouTube's hypocrisy. It's making me mad. I'm nerd raging.
This is something that YouTube absolutely has to step into. And again, this isn't just even a YouTube problem as well, too. Obviously, if you go to any social media site like Facebook or Twitter, you'll find out that there's plenty of illegal stuff being shared around pretty openly at times. And you'll find out that when it comes to bots, when it comes to using artificial intelligence to write up a whole bunch of comments, that's an issue. Now, some of you might be wondering, what Muda, how is it that they're able to share this stuff without getting auto-deleted? That is something that, honest to God, I have no idea about. It's not as if these people...
It's in how they name their accounts and how they type things. You'll notice that everything they type, these bot accounts, is incomprehensible with lots of typos and like emojis and stuff. It's to throw off the algorithm bots, that like the moderation bots. They're not like very sophisticated, so all you have to do is make your comment unrecognizable to them, and it'll get through. And so a human can recognize it as like a porn bot comment, but the robots don't, because it's not proper English, you know? It's not like grammatically correct. It's using like ones and zeros instead of O's and I's, you know? Or L's.
People change their names that much. They're pretty easy to identify, and I would assume they're pretty easy for YouTube to instantly flag and ban without even thinking twice. And when it comes to sharing illegal material, because they're not putting links in the actual comment section, they're not getting auto-flagged for review, and then people just click on their profile pages, links. It takes one tap, especially if you're on mobile, and next thing you know,
What's really insidious about this is the porn bots were, like, relatively harmless at the end of the day before. Like, when it was just, like, my pussy in bio, here's my free OnlyFans, who cares, right? Now it's like, it's just, every comment section is filled with billboards that lead any, like, errant, wandering pedophile to a source through which they can fulfill their, like, desires easily, you know? Like, it's not just it's in the comment section and that's bad. It's that it being there is providing a service to pedophiles and accessing their perversion and satiating it, right? And like your comment section, my comment section, Muda's comment section might be the one used to facilitate that. That is enraging as fuck. And YouTube doesn't care. We have to put up with that and deal with that being the reality because YouTube doesn't care enough to do anything. There's not enough monetary incentive in it right now. The fact is, the only way YouTube's going to be brought to doing this, or to doing anything about this, is not because there's going to be a profit incentive in doing it. It's to protect their current profits. There needs to be a serious threat of financial ruin for Google if this is not immediately fixed. And that is the only thing that will make them act. It's all about the money. There's no souls or human beings making the big decisions at the top of the ladder at YouTube. We all know this. It's robots and evil corporate money men who are just trying to, make sure as much money as possible, as much, line go up as possible, right? It's why, like, right now, the Taliban have their own official YouTube channels now, like, endorsed by the CEO of YouTube and sent, like, silver play buttons. Yeah, like, Afghanistan, Taliban government approved and issued licenses to these YouTubers to make Taliban propaganda content, and YouTube's CEO sends them a signed letter congratulating them on 100K subs and sends them a silver play button. That is the state of YouTube. They will not do anything morally right unless there is a serious threat to their bottom line or a strong financial incentive on the other end, like a positive or negative one. You have to force them. You have to force their hand to do the right thing. But don't get me wrong, though. They will take every opportunity to virtue signal about what a lovely and awesome company they are, Like, while they're allowing, like, Steven Crowder back onto the platform because Susan Wojcicki and Ben Shapiro had each other on speed dial, it turns out. And Ben Shapiro, quote-unquote, chewed out Susan Wojcicki into remonetizing and unbanning Steven Crowder. Even though that's the site that it actually is, they'll still pretend to be super pro-LGBT and make their logo a rainbow during Pride Month.
You can access illegal material on Discord platforms off-site. Now, I'm not even going to get into Discord shitty behavior. I think that they can handle their own platform the way they see fit, pretty terribly in my opinion sometimes. Yeah. But Going off platform, obviously YouTube can't control what Discord does, but YouTube can control what's actually posted on YouTube. And I think that's where they need to 100% step in. This is not a creator responsibility, this is the platform's responsibility. Now, obviously, this is one of those things where it really harkens back to the dead internet theory, right? So back in 2019, one of these posts on 4chan, this is actually the original one I remember, was where a user basically talked about how the internet was exactly devoid of people, and it also is devoid of content. Comparing it to the internet of, say, 2007, the internet right now, in the year 2024, is beyond sterile. There's nowhere to go and nothing to do and see or read or experience anymore. So obviously, the comparison here is that the internet...
I disagree with that part of the theory a lot. I think there's more humans on the internet than ever, but as the amount of humans on the internet grows, like we're seeing countries like, Myanmar has like 1 billion people in it or something, and they've just, like, in the last, like, decade been rapidly gaining internet access. Like, India is, like, maybe 5 to 10 years out from, like, another 1 billion people gaining internet access broadly. Where else? Like, there are some very populated countries. Like, Southeast Asia is crazy, bro. Some of those, Southwestern, if you're looking, depending on the orientation, Southwestern Pacific, like, island nations have insane population density, and they have very low quality of living, sadly, but that's changing. They're getting internet, they're getting access to it, and that's going to mean in the coming years billions more people coming to the internet. Obviously, it's going to kind of segment off because language barriers, but but the problem is, as more people come to the internet and start, like, being a citizen of the internet, so to say, every human that comes to the internet, I feel, these days, is getting replaced by 5 bots. Or not replaced, but is coming to the internet and 5 bots are joining them, right? And so eventually, with more humans on the internet than ever, soon it feels like 90% of the internet, if not more, will still just be bots talking to each other. And yet there will still be content produced by billions of people out there to enjoy, if you know where to look. And that's the fear, right? That we'll need to, like, reset the internet, pretty much. Like, they did that in Cyberpunk's universe. There's the old net and the new net. Like, maybe we just need to, like, burn this current internet and just start over, I don't think that would work. Also, there's a lot of cool stuff on the current internet. I'd be sad about, like, missing out. Like, a lot of old school, like, Minecraft Let's Plays from back in the day, like those really old, like, abandoned YouTube channel Minecraft Let's Plays. I'd hate to lose those. That would suck.
Internet before 2007.
They didn't reset it voluntarily? Oh, yeah. You explained it to me one time. It's more complicated than that, but, like, the old internet is like, literally buried, so to say, or figuratively buried.
Really, it was filled with a whole bunch of unique shit, and it wasn't just slop that we got fed nowadays. And I actually really do agree with this kind of stuff, because back in the day, coming across, some of the wildest conspiratorial websites was a lot easier than it is now, at least underneath, Google's search engine, or really most mainstream search engines. It really felt like
a big part of it is also that, like, Google, the most popular search engine there is, and, even if you're not using Google Chrome, you're still using Google probably. Like, Opera GX is Google, and a good handful of other popular browsers are also just Google Chrome, but modified a little. Like, 90% of the internet's using Google or something like that, right? And so when you're using Google, it's immediately pushing, as you recommended, AI-generated results that paid to get the top result, like an ad almost. And Google's been doing that for years now, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. So I think part of it is, yeah, there's more bots now and more garbage, like bot posts that are just nothing. But at the same time, I think it's that the browsers and search engines and algorithms are suggesting real content like, back in the day, you go on YouTube and it was, like, easy to stumble across some, like, 1,000-view hidden gem, right? Like, it felt like YouTube was full of that, but now you've got to just, like, sift through countless, like, hours of virality bait garbage. I think a lot of it's just the internet's gotten bigger, and while, like, there's more of what you might want to watch or consume or read than ever, it's more drowned out than ever, right? Like, it's been like, there's more total, but it's way out there. It's separated from each other, right? You know, like for me, it used to be like when I was younger, every week it felt like I was discovering a new YouTuber that was like, whoa, this person's getting added to my, like, I'm watching this person now. Like, this is a good content list. Now it's like every few months, I find like a new content creator that's like, whoa, okay, time to binge their entire catalog. It's pretty rare now. Like, because you have to sift through so much of what's most popular, what's doing the best, before you can find what actually appeals to you.
Watching, you know, those crazy conspiracy YouTube videos back in the day was a lot easier than trying to experience that same feel in 2024. But of course, one of the things that was interesting is because of this one company Imperva that actually did do a bot traffic report, they actually ended up basically coming out and saying that nearly 50% and above of the internet is effectively bots, okay? Whether they be good bots or whether they be completely bad bots.
Shit, so we're already there now. Like, we're already at the point where more than 50% of the internet is bots. At least according to this study. We're already there. So now we're in our dwindling, shrinking half. Our little blue slice there, our blue half there, is just going to shrink more and more year on year. And while there'll be more human posts than ever, every passing year, and every year there'll be more humans posting than the previous, making more posts than the previous year, it'll be drowned out by the bots, like in a sea of bots that you have to sift through before you find anything real and interesting. The algorithms need to find a way to adapt, or it's going to be bad, you know?
Okay? It's still a bot-filled internet. So basically, the human beings are the minority when it comes to what's going on the internet. And obviously, if you look at how much AI slop gets fed around, you'll find out, yeah, it really is just generated trash and almost seemingly fake impressions. So for instance, this one post that I saw, 2 days ago, this is a Facebook post, I shit you not. This is from an account called Insane Facebook AI.
Oh, are people in Discord dooming because Biden had a gaffe during his, press conference? I really do love that Biden is such a good president and so impossible to actually criticize, as compared to Trump, that even progressives that want to do the whole Biden is worse thing have to basically just look, Biden stuttered, guys. Did you see Biden stutter? What a piece of shit. You know what I'm just full on unironically, that is what they're doing. Hey, do you see him? He said the wrong word there. What a stupid fucker. He shouldn't be the president. That is how desperate they are. He called Zelensky Putin on accident. Yeah, that. He misspoke, and that is the end of the world. That is how desperate they are for something to be knocked out of the park. You got him. Attack on Biden. They're so desperate for something, dude. Stutters and misspeaks are Biden's biggest weakness. The unfortunate thing, though, is that it's genuinely treated like Biden gets as much shit for stuttering as I feel Trump did, maybe more than Trump did, for being convicted for sexually assaulting a woman in a civil court. That whole, Jean Carroll thing had less negative consequence for Trump than any Biden stutter has for Biden. Anytime Biden has coughed, stuttered, or said the wrong word on national television, it's caused Biden more problems than Trump basically just being a confirmed, rapist has caused him. And that's not even getting any deeper into Trump. It's the double standard is actually hilarious at this point. I can't help but laugh.
iSlop, which basically catalogs all the bullshit your parents and grandparents end up believing on the internet. Now, this image, if you squint, is literally Jesus. But if you look, just at the image itself, you've got Facebook, a whole goddamn movement of operators in the background.
If you're not following Boomer Facebook AI slop on Twitter, you're missing out, dude. Holy shit. You will see some of the most abominable posts you've ever seen with hundreds of thousands of likes posted. I am so glad I deleted my Facebook back in 2015, 2016. Because that's when it started to get like this, and I couldn't stand scrolling through it anymore because it was so much boomer garbage. And it was photoshopped, deep-fried Minion memes and stuff back then about how, Trump's so great, right? That's what it was back then. Now it's this, and I'm so glad I don't have to see it. And it does so well, too. Like, the people who use Facebook do not recognize this is fake. It has over 200,000 likes. You can see, you know, it's like, this shit is Facebook.
It looks like we're in Quickville with how the city's demarcation points are laid down.
They always have Jesus in them. Like, if you have Jesus in your image, you'll get like, okay, guys, I'm gonna hit you. Anybody here who is a second-generation immigrant is gonna be like, that's so fucking real. And then all of, like, the white people in chat are gonna get offended by what I'm about to say, but this is the truest shit ever, okay? If you're a second-generation immigrant, how many of you have a mom, dad, aunt, uncle, grandma, or grandpa that will like any post if it has Jesus in it? It can be the most incomprehensible garbage you've ever seen, and it's getting a like and share from them if it has Jesus in it. There are so many, like, old Hispanic grandmas and aunts that will retweet and like any post with Jesus. This, no, it doesn't matter how, like, clearly fake and bizarre this image is. It's Jesus. It's going to get 200,000 likes. It's why every single one of these posts always has Jesus in them. Because the Jesus being there immediately gets likes from, like, a ton of non-English speaking older audiences that are on Facebook, notably. I'm Indigenous, and that's true of my Facebook using family members. Yeah, it's very bizarre. I wonder why that's the case. I know it's a big problem, notably, we mentioned it before, in Myanmar, where there's like a big population of boomers getting onto Facebook in Myanmar, and they see posts like this, and they hit like if they see Jesus.
And of course, you've got this body that isn't even a human to begin with. You've got actual body parts. And of course, soldiers just in formation with their legs all twisted up, forming Jesus.
My Jamaican mom shares those WhatsApp gospel quotes. Yep. Akeem Morrison, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Yep. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Now, if 211,000 people like this image, okay, that kind of shows me that maybe this is all not as real as it seems, okay? That is wild. You know, you've got situations where, hey, here's a Miami Beach picture. Close your eyes 85% to see the magic. Now,
yeah,
if you look at this
stuff like this
abomination of humanity right here, this is just Jesus. The worst fake Jesus that I've ever seen implemented into...
Fuck! I was like, okay, that one wasn't Jesus at least, but fuck, it's Jesus too. They all have Jesus in them. If you squint at any of the Facebook AI slop posts, they all have Jesus in them, even if you can't see him at a glance. There he is. Like I said, guys, if they see Jesus, they hit like. The Facebook boomers. They don't even have to be able to speak English and read like the caption or tell it's AI. Like if they see, like, they're older too, so ideally they just see the blurry outline of Jesus and they know to hit like.
AI slop. How many likes does it get? 6,500 about. Oh, this is one of my favorites, dude. Historical leaked footage back in 1860 of the longest neck family. So here you got this African village of like what appears to be giraffe people, okay? How many likes does this get? 1,268. It seems that this example is true.
What fucking language is that, dog? I feel like if I carved those letters like they're into a sword, the runes would glow and it'd gain some kind of magical property, like adding like your runes to your swords in The Witcher.
1,268. It seems that this example is true.
Fuck.
Yeah, the entire world of the internet is covered in so much bot slop at this point that trying to identify human beings, well, that is, it seems like we're the minority on the internet these days. But when it comes to illegal comments on YouTube, I really feel like the platform should step in and try to stop this as much as it can, okay? You know, years ago when I covered this whole situation, it really was, people just spamming my comment sections with like goofy memes and stupid shit. And I didn't really care about that all too much. But when you got a comment section for the last 2 weeks, and not just my comment section, plenty of other creators' comment section, whether you go to Pyro, whether you go to Critical, whether you go to any person's YouTube videos, right? Any popular comment section, when there is illegal material being like shared when there is, entire accounts that exist.
Could you imagine, like, what if legally Google is not responsible for this because of some like corporate protection laws, and it's actually the YouTubers with this in their comment sections, which is impossible for them to stop or to like deal with in real time. What if legally the onus is on us to deal with this problem, literally? Like, I bet there's some corporate protections that have existed for a while now due to lobbying and stuff that prevent there from being any consequences towards YouTube for this. But I bet if somebody, some evil party tried to pursue it, there could be some legal grounds to try to pursue YouTubers for having this something out of their control in their comments. Could you imagine? I wouldn't be surprised if that's the route that Google goes. Like, he does actually. You can see it. What are you referring to? Oh, Mutahar follows Nick Fuentes. Yeah, he also follows me. This dude's job is to talk about everything happening on the internet. He follows everybody who is anybody online on Twitter. Yeah, because that's how you stay up to date on everything. If he follows Nick Fuentes and also follows me, then what does that mean? What do you think that means? Especially when he has literally personally thanked me for covering his content in the past and correcting mistakes and misinfo he's accidentally spread. Like, he's literally DM'd me, said, "Thank you for making that video debunking what I said. I didn't realize it was incorrect. I thought that, like, the ADL just labeled Pepe a hate symbol. Thank you for making that video. I didn't realize. It was pretty good." And then he followed me. And he's been chill to me ever since. I have a feeling he's not a Nick Fuentes fan, and the fact that he's covered numerous dramas involving Nick Fuentes and dunked on him is probably why he follows Nick Fuentes, right? I'm sure Vosh follows Nick Fuentes, right? Like, I don't know. It's very clearly not an endorsement.
It's literally to tell people, click on us.
I wouldn't say Muda is, like, very woke, but, like, he's not right-wing, you know? Unironically, I've seen his... I don't know if she's his wife or his girlfriend. I don't know, like, how serious their relationship is, but I saw his significant other post on Twitter occasionally. His significant other is more conservative than him. That is for sure. Like, his wife/girlfriend, way more conservative than him based on her posts. Like, she's got some cringe takes, but, like, yeah, they're married? Okay. Yeah, she's got some, like, actually right-leaning, like, more like 2016 era, like, what's the word for it? Like 2016 era liberal who's just fed up with SJWs kind of takes, right? Where it's like, you're gonna look back on these posts and cringe at it in a couple years. I can tell you're not really a chud. You're just kind of going with the flow of what's happening online right now.
Go over to our, page, go to this Discord link. That is something YouTube needs to step into. And we've all done as much moderation as we can. I've occasionally went in, hit channels, blocked them. But of course, you can't fight bots with just human beings, okay? Human hands can't fight hundreds of thousands, if not millions of bots being generated on a day-to-day basis, attacking every single channel out there, okay? And this is where, obviously, YouTube should step in. I feel like raising some awareness is probably something that should be done by not just me, but many other creators out there. So yeah, if you're ever wondering why there's a deluge of illegal comments in the comment section below, it's not your creator's fault. It is absolutely the platform's fault, and they should be 100% up there in auto-moderating this as fast as they can.
So fucking true. Thank you, Muda. This is a very good video. I actually hadn't seen it yet. I just knew that this video existed, and I wanted to, like, react to it for the first time on stream, since this is a problem I'm aware of and pissed off about. And it's really, really, what's the word for it? Cathartic to see a large content creator bringing attention to it. It really, it really is. I like Muda's stuff. Muda's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. I recommend you check out his channel. Go leave a like and a sub and a comment on the original video, which will be down below in the description, of course. Unless my editor forgets. If my editor forgets, just comment, remind him, he'll add it to the description, and all will be well. That said, though, if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. I mean, despite the subject matter, you know. Please leave a like. It really does help a lot. Subscribing, ring the bell icon will mean that YouTube actually tells you when I go live and upload new videos. So please subscribe. It really helps a lot. Really means a lot. Thank you. By the way, sub growth has been crazy lately. Thank you for, like, you guys are actually clearly doing what I'm asking here. Like the like, comment, sub, like, it's for those that don't do that and question how effective it is, know that more people have been doing it and the results have been, like, surprisingly positive. And I want to say thank you guys so much for it. Please keep it up. It really does help and means a lot. Likes, comments, subs, all of it. Thank you. Thank you guys. It's been a lot more lately, and it's really helped, and I do appreciate it. So keep it up, guys. Thank you. And of course, follow my social medias if you want to see my posts anywhere else, including my fan Discord, which is totally free to join. We host watch parties, game events, and call-in streams there, and I also announce all my new uploads and streams there so you won't miss anything. So make sure to join my Discord if you haven't already. And of course, if you do want to support me directly financially and you feel like doing it and you can afford it, consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or supporting me through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, StreamElements, Patreon, or buying merch to the Streamlabs link down below. But regardless of how you support me, thank you all so much for watching, and have a good one. I appreciate it.